Hello my good students. Welcome back to our War on the Sea Let's Play series as the American Naval Forces. We've been tasked, of course, to capture and defend Guadalcanal and develop the airfield on that, as well as the surrounding islands of the Florida Islands and the Malaya Islands as well. Straight off the heels of our previous episode, as always, we do not play in between, of course. That is be ridiculous. A very nice defensive Milne Bay, if you ask me. We've got to use some live practice for our skip bombing tactics. I'd be very much enjoying that. It's now a new favourite of mine. I can see why it's so favoured within the community here. It's certainly an effective tactic, so we're going to be using that as often as we can, I think. So just a quick situation report. So we are retreating here with this current task force. Our main surface fleet is what it is, and we are going to resupply back at the New Hebrides because we have not managed to develop the port on Reno Island yet. So we're going to be a little exposed at Guadalcanal. The IGN can do pretty much whatever they want over the course of the next couple of days until we get back there with this this fleet. So we're going to try and get some lightnings and such over there to just patrol and see what we can do with our float planes. So let's get to the strategic map and have a look at how we're going to do that. Alrighty then, so we do of course have our task force here, like I said, going back to the New Hebrides, and let's just remind ourselves of how long that's going to take. That's going to take 17.3 hours as a one-way trip from where they are at the moment. We do have Task Force 8 with supplies and troops going to Guadalcanal. I'm going to try and time that as well as we can, though. Let's get them over here first and maybe wait around to see what's happening there. That will take 13 or so hours to get just to here. So we may have to make them wait around for quite a while just so they can get to Guadalcanal under the cover of darkness if that's not timed right at the moment. We do have some P-38 Lightnings coming over for some air cover over here, but I don't think that's quite so needed now that we are a decent distance away from Guadalcanal. The total progress on the invasion over here is actually in our favour. We are slightly undersupplied, which is a small problem, but like I say, I think we should win that either way at the moment. We're not going to be fighting so efficiently, but I think we should be okay, so long as the IJN do not transport any more troops over there successfully and reinforce that. We are ever, of course, going for the Ryujo task force that we spotted over here, and of course the Fuso and Hosho task force that we spotted down here a few days ago. Actually, it was 3 days ago we sighted those. We do have the Tambor going just in a random patrol passing over here to have a look. I do understand it has some very poor visibility, so what we're going to do is try and launch some float planes from the surrounding islands. They do not have the greatest fuel capacity, but it is something nonetheless. We're going to launch some from Reno Island as well. We're going to go for some Kingfishers to start with. I don't think there's any point wasting the endurance of Catalinas and such if we haven't spotted anything. We do of course see a possible 4 ships of a submarine task force over here. What we're going to do is launch something over there. I think we'll launch some Mitchells to start with, and we'll try and get some you know what, since we've spotted it, it should be on the surface of the water, so we get some 6 AP bombs, or SAP bombs from that rather, and go straight over like that to try and get that down. We do have our lightnings which we use to take on a destroyer force, just using the rest of their fuel to scout out, and our Beauforts over here are returning to base. So I think what we're going to do is scout around here if we can with some, I think we could try and get some Beau fighters actually. They're going to take some HVARs just to scout out, maybe try and hit that destroyer task force again, otherwise they could just scout around and recon. So I'll get back to it with a situation report. And immediately after pressing play, we have been intercepted by some sort of air force over here. What is it? It is just that's either Toryus or Geckos. So we do have our lightnings in play now, which is excellent stuff. Should be easy prey for us, and this will mean that we are safe over the course of the day. So let's just issue some orders to get some lightnings on every single plane over here. Just spread us out a little bit. No particular deep thought put into that. Just needed some orders in there. Increase time compression. No, we can't. We're too close. Lovely stuff. So let's go over to that and see how that goes. We don't need to micro this at all. Are they armed with bombs? Yes, they are. But because of the lightnings, they are now retreating. Excellent stuff. Is what we like to see. Is what we like to see. We really should keep our lightnings over our task force as long as we can, shouldn't we? We should be on it every time they're on cooldown. Just bring them out of the airfield again. We have been rather lacking there, unfortunately, which it is a problem. It is a problem. It doesn't look like anyone's attacking the number 1. I got a few on there. That's okay. Lovely stuff. Don't need to micro it too much, as we say. So let's go in and do that. And there we go. Easy as that. Again, I'll get back to the situation report. We're going to launch some more scouts in the meantime, though. We're going to launch them from our ships, of course, because we forgot to do that a second ago. A bit of an oversight, not a problem. We do that all the time. Quite used to it now, I'm sure. So let's get one from the New Orleans as well. And they're going to backtrack a little bit and just circle around, make sure nothing's going around Guadalcanal for us there. Is there anything else we can launch from here? No, there is not. Not a problem. I wonder if Renault Island's able to launch again. It is. Lovely stuff. Let's go for another Kingfisher. And that is going to just go around here again and go up this straight, because I think this is the main straits they like to use, or it is, from my experience, what I like to use. So, of course, the AI must play like the players, 100%. So, let's expect stuff over there. Gonna see if we can launch another duck over here, actually. That'd be lovely stuff. Go quack, 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 and see if we can find anything up here. Alright, see you in a second. Alright, we've immediately, again, been intercepted by a lot of Mavises. I think these may have been chasing us for quite some time, but I've been avoiding them. But we do, of course, like I say, have these lightnings with us now, which is great stuff. I love lightnings. Really helping us out in this playthrough. I love everything about them. Their firepower, their amazing endurance. Let's just get that one properly. There we go. Oh, they're so, so good. I love lightnings. Where have they been all my life, you know? Why can't the Japanese have anything quite like this? Well, they didn't design any, of course. Let's go and sort these out at the back. They're guessing to all the Mavises before I can even give them orders. Excellent stuff. Come on, get that one. Lovely stuff. And we are shooting some down. Excellent. We'll bring the back lightnings then over here. Lovely stuff. Let's get them on there. Easy stuff. I'm missing all of the action for you guys. Here we go. Here's some. Is anyone told to target this slot? They should have been. Here we go. He's on it. Come on, my dude. You got him. There we go. Lovely stuff. Oh, 2 in 1, but he did pay for it with his life. That is quite the crying shame, actually. I would have loved to have kept that. Re-establish contact with more aircraft. Oh, they got even more. Lovely stuff. Bring them all on, I say. Take them. Finally get rid of them, at least. What are our lightnings doing over here? May have to micro this a little bit better, because it looks like this lot are being ignored. Lovely stuff. We do like to ignore the enemy here on this channel. We don't think they're a threat at all. Why would the enemy be any sort of threat? You know, that's not what they're here for, is it? Don't know why we are ignoring these lot. Just trying to get an angle, I'm sure. So I'm actually going to tell this lightning to come up around here from the flank. And this one is not a lightning. We've clicked the wrong thing. We've lost 2 lightnings. Interesting. Let's get him on the back of there. And this one can circle round over here. Lovely stuff. This one can come round. I'm missing all of the action for you guys. I do apologise, but I do like to get my orders off before anything else. I like to play safe, of course. These Mavises are getting dangerously close, guys. What are you doing? What are you doing? Come on. Come on. Oh, how did you miss? Oh my god, this is useless. We should fire these people. We may have to start dodging with our ships here. Yeah, why are we losing so many lightnings? Come on, guys. Come on, guys. You're going max speed as well, aren't you? Okay, we're going to have to dodge with our ships here. If we can... There we go. Probably would have been easier to use the map there. Let's increase our speed with the Atlanta. Turn around like that. Let's do the same with our destroyer here. Looks like they're going for our cruisers, doesn't it? Let's increase your speed there. Turn out like that, please. New Orleans, you can do the same. Not a problem, not a problem. How you doing? Oh, that's a lot of flak coming off the Atlanta, which is exactly why we have it. Why is the front turrets not firing? We haven't lost them. Interesting. they've definitely got an arc on there. Not lost the magazine or anything, and the integrity is fine. Looks like they're probably going for the Brooklyn here, actually. Let's turn in. We should be alright. There's only one more here. I am very much let down by these lightnings. They've not done their job at all. It's just not at all done their job. This should have been easy. Looks like they're going over here. I think the New Orleans will be fine. Excellent stuff. Well, there's one more. The lightning's just not bothering, apparently. There we go. Lovely stuff. There is actually one more over here as well. How many lightnings do we have left? We only have one lightning left. This should have been easy. Should have been easy. Well, that's coming down to my micromanaging then. I will take full responsibility for that. Let's increase the speed, good sir. Because he is just coming over here. We're going to have to stop with our lead ship here because he will just crash into the island here. Which is not ideal for our health. We're going to slow down here as well because we're just going to get collisions if we keep turning like this. I'm not interested in that. We might have actually lost... Yeah, we've got no ammunition, that's why. We definitely need to retreat then, if that's the case. But the other aircraft is down, and we can leave. Lovely stuff. Got 12 out of 15. That wasn't all of them. Well, bugger it. I'm not dealing with that. Not our problem. So let's carry on retreating, and I'll see you in a second. Alrighty then, so our Mitchells have actually come into contact with that submarine. So we're trying to turn around before it gets under the water, before it submerges and dives. Should be fairly easy. We'll see. We're going to form up in a line ahead like that and try and guess it. Let's compress time a little bit because there's no point in waiting around like that. Let's get him. Let's target that so it'll be a bit easier to spot it in a second. Try and get a manual drop off. Does look like it's, yeah, submerged. We're not going to get that. We should have got some depth charges really. We're going to drop our bombs anyway. In the hopes that we can get some sort of plunging fire on it, so the bombs probably won't detonate at the water's surface. Let's try and do that, unless they're of course HE bombs, which might be the case. Dropping quite a few there, lovely stuff, and we'll see how that goes. Well, let's take a report and have a look. Nah, no damage. What can you expect there? Let's go and leave, shall we? I'm going to return to base, and that's just something else. We have spotted with the lightnings some merchant ships, so I have rerouted the Beauforts with their, where are we? With the rockets to attack them. I'm going to leave the lightnings out scouting, I think. While the lightnings could probably do something against that, I want to, obviously, of course, use our rockets on there for a greater chance of success. So, I'll see you in a second. Alright, so looks like we've caught the rest of that task force we saw on the previous video, and we're going to try and hit it, I think, with our bow fighters here. We do of course have rockets. Let's have a look over here. Yes, it's definitely the what we saw the other day. I think I'm going to try and hit some destroyers. I'm not overly sure that rockets will do too much to a light cruiser. I know the armor is not huge, but we're certainly more likely to do damage to destroyers with our rockets. So actually, let's increase our altitude a little bit so we can get a dive down on them. We're going to go, I quite like the box formation for this actually, so let's do that. Just tightens us up a bit. And I think, actually let's pause very quickly, I think the lead destroyer is probably the best target here. Yeah, the lead destroyer is certainly the best target, so let's target that and tell them to attack. Lovely stuff. Oh, I do like hitting destroyers with rockets. If you can get enough on target, it will one-shot them, which is absolutely brilliant stuff. But we haven't seen that, unfortunately, in this series. Been somewhat on the inaccurate side. This should be a fairly easy attack, so let's go straight in and have a look. Oh, well that wasn't very cash money at all, was it? They got a very lucky flak shot in there. So we are just going to retreat. So I don't think we did any damage to that at all, really. Yeah, we're heavy damage, but it's really not that good, is it? We're going to return to base then. That was really unlucky, actually. Got a very, very good flak shot in there. Got 3 of our planes at once. So we're going to bring in these other bow fighters I launched to scout around as well. We couldn't find that merchant ship, but we are going to try and hit this again, I think. That'd be a decent idea. Can we launch? Yeah, we can launch some Catalinas, actually. And you know what? We'll launch some torpedoes and try and finish off that Kuma as well while we're at it. Mop up there, I think. So let's get going. And there we go. Just as I said, we've come back into contact with the hated enemy. I think we're going to go for this destroyer again. It was damaged. It should still have heavy damage on it. Lovely stuff. So we're going to do that again. So let's compress time and go straight in there. Lovely stuff. And yeah, not a lot to say really. Just going to rocket attack them. Can't really speak again. There's too many consonants together. Rocket attack them. There we go. We can speak. Let's go straight in. Actually, try and get a broadside. Probably one of the better angles for us, isn't it? So let's tell them to attack. Though to be honest, broadside probably not the best if they're trying to get lucky flak shots, because definitely their best AA angle there. We're going to go straight in. See how that goes. I think. Cross our fingers and hope they die, as the old saying goes. Oh, it's not looking so... Oh, probably a bit short there, actually. I would have liked it on the magazine, actually, on the front there. But, oh, we're getting some decent explosions there. Let's tell everyone to form up again. Like that. And gets them to turn around. We might, if we're lucky, or if we're feeling lucky, going for a strafing run. What sort of damage are they on? They're on heavy and moderate. Okay, not the best there. They do have some fires, so I think we should really encourage those to go around, shouldn't we? Let's tell them to go around for another attack like that, and that would be brilliant. Alrighty then, lovely stuff. We did actually manage to sink that in the end after a couple of strafing runs, which is lovely stuff. Unfortunately, we didn't actually get any command points from that. Not entirely sure what's going on with the game here. I'm trying to look into it. We're not always getting command points from these sorts of engagements, which is rather strange. But not to worry, not to worry. Getting more command points within 4 days will be fine. And exactly how many are we going to get if we have a look? We're going to get 67. And that is absolutely fine. So let's carry on and try and hit that Kuma again, I think. Well, many hours have passed since our last engagement, but we've not managed to track down that Kuma. But in the meantime, we have been engaged by a mysterious engagement. We didn't see exactly what it was on the map. But now what we've seen is this massive group of Emilys tailing us, our main task force as well. We are going to be in the shit if they drop their bombs on us successfully, because they all carry at least 4 bombs, and that is a lot of Emilys to carry 4 bombs. So yeah, could go very wrong here. We're certainly going to lose this lightning, which was, I believe, retreating. Don't know why it's just a single lightning. That must have been from our previous engagement, which was covering. So we'll see if he shoots anything down on his approach before going down. Very lucky there. Very, very good. We're going to tell him actually to come back round like that. Just do a little turn and actually engage the next Emily from here, like that. We are, of course, going to have to turn with all of our ships. We're going to brake and turn to port like that with here. Benham, turn to starboard, thank you. This may have been too late to react as well, but that is okay. We will sort that out. Tell everyone to turn off in different directions to increase the spread of everyone. Thank you very much. They're getting ever closer to us. Lightning, could you please hurry up? Please hurry up. What does it look like they're going for? Could be for anything at the moment. I'm thinking it might be for this destroyer. We're going to turn into them, increase our speed. We're going to do that with this destroyer as well, I think. Could end up losing it if they hit, because it will be a very tight spread there. They're going to drop. Are they going to drop? I don't see anything in the sky there. Possibly not then. So that would mean they're possibly going for a cruiser, which is certainly not ideal. Let's turn in like that with them. Lovely stuff, please. Can you do the same, New Orleans? That would be great. We shot down a couple more. We have not lost the lightning yet. Hopefully that turns back around quick enough, but I don't think it will. We can see it there. It has gone down. It is very unfortunate. We're going to have to drop here, and that's the lightning or something come down over there. I thought it was a bomb. Yeah, they're certainly going for the New Orleans here, aren't they? Or are they? Okay, that's an interesting path they're taking. Did they drop anything? I've not seen anything. Interesting. Let's go over to them. They have not. They have dropped. Where's that going? We've done everything we can. Nothing's been hit, and I see no splashes in the water. We have to source out our turns here, though. Just slow right down, please. Thank you. You can carry on and turn like that. If you actually turn over to port to turn around, please. Yeah, no splashes in the water. Nothing that I saw anyway. Doesn't look like they've dropped, but they certainly have. There's no payload on them. Just going to take a quick breather and see what's going on. Still firing off any flak we can. But yeah, rather interesting. You see there's no bombs there in the hangars. Interesting stuff. But good stuff. Good stuff. We're safe. We're all good. Brilliant. We did lose that lightning. That's okay. So let's get back to base. Alrighty then, so our task force has finally made it back to the New Hebrides after taking a long journey, being intercepted once or twice, but they've made it. Now, the question is, after rearming them, which we have done, do we get more ships to reinforce them? And if we do, how do we do it? Do we get more destroyers, a single cruiser, or what do we do? I'm tempted to release the Summers and perhaps just replace that, because the Summers and maybe even the Atlanta actually can probably live with a slightly damaged Summers, but I don't want to risk losing an Atlanta on a next engagement. Shall we see how much they would cost to remind ourselves? If we go to American and we go to CL and Atlanta, that will cost 18 command points there. That's quite a lot, whereas a destroyer will be, of course, 7. If we add that up, actually, if we just say we're going to get an Atlanta first, like that, and go for... actually, should we try having a look at, say, Abdicom DD? What do they look like? They have 4 torpedoes on the tribal. Okay, 45 depth charges with... do they have any sensors? They do have air and surface radar. So do the Jervises. And they've got more torpedoes. Okay, interesting. Might go for one of those. How much do they cost? They cost 9. Let's see. If we add that, that will be just a little too much. We'll remove that and maybe go for the tribal's going to be too much as well. So let's go for a cheap American destroyer, I think. Let's see. That might just be too much again, mightn't it? Yeah, that's definitely. Let's have a quick look. What do we want? Maybe I quite like Mans. Let's try for one of them. That's going to be just enough. Tell you what, we do get more command points very soon. I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to release the Summers in the Atlanta and replace it with Marne and Juno. I think that's probably a good idea, actually. So let's merge fleets like that and release Summers and Atlanta. Release, repair, double check. That's what we want. Absolutely. Release and repair. Thank you very much. Now, how long is that going to take? Let's make sure they are properly armed. That is going to take 15 days for the Summers and 14 for the Atlanta. You know what? That's absolutely not fine. That's just a couple of weeks. I think we can live with that. They will certainly come back into the field when we need them. Absolutely brilliant. It's the Portland I'm worried about. I don't think we're going to see that again. That's quite a way into the future. But we're all restocked, rearmed, some fresh ships, ready to roll, ready for some action. We are going straight into Guadalcanal under cover of night. We've got a few hours left. We should just make that, I think. Actually, I don't think we are we? We're going to have to risk it. We're going to have to go, see how it goes. I want some more troops and supplies on Guadalcanal because we are heavily undersupplied now. We need those for sure. So let's get going and see how that goes. And there we have it. We have resupplied and reinforced Guadalcanal. We are still somewhat undersupplied, but I think that should be absolutely fine. We're certainly not going to fight as effectively as we want to, but the numbers there of troops should be just fine. It's, again, just a case of waiting around for that to tick over. So we're going to get our supply ships to turn back, of course, and retreat. It's going to go all the way through here. Tell them to go all the way down to the New Hebrides again. Like that. I think what we're going to do for the rest of this episode is try and get this task force over to Renal Islands to upgrade that. Otherwise, we'll get in one more engagement to see how that goes. So let's get our fingers crossed and see what's happening, shall we? Well, everyone. This is an unexpected surprise, a very lovely surprise. While scouting out what we spotted, a possible destroyer group with some lightnings and some bow fighters, we have come across maybe 2 ships carrier force. So let's have a look at that. These lightnings are only armed with rockets. As you know, they're not. That's a light. They are armed with some semi-armor piercing bombs. So if it's not too heavy a group, we could scout that out and see. Okay, let's go and do that, shall we? I'll see you when we're on the map. Oh. And here we are. And actually, I'm going to say very luckily, under the cover of the rain. So what have we got here? That is just the one? Are you joking? It's just an oiler? That can't be right. Okay, I'm going to scout out a little bit more with our bow fighters there and see what's happening. We're going to come down and scout around here and push this down to poor visibility. If this is all we have, I am not going to be very happy after it was saying it was a CV. I want to sink me a CV today, guys. That would be an amazing opportunity for some lightnings and fighters. That would be brilliant stuff. What we're going to do is tell this one to come around and just keep sight on that oiler, actually, so we know where it is. But otherwise, that might actually just be it. You know? Might just be it. It said there might be a CV. Game lies, everyone. The game lies. Well, okay, well, what we're going to do is form up all of our lightnings into one big group. So they're nice and tight like that. Lovely stuff. Drag over here. And actually, no, we're going to go to its starboard side like that. And we're going to drop some bombs on it. As such, the bow fighters are going to come around like that and drop their payload on it like that. Don't know about skip bombing with this because it's quite a low profile ship. We'll try it with the bow fighters actually, and we'll probably see how that goes. Yeah, we'll do it like that. See how that goes. Compress time just to get in there. Okay, interesting. Well, I was very disappointed that it's not a CV actually. I wanted some blood. You know, I wanted to hit it and hurt it. Let's get the lightnings down, of course, to a decent level and reduce their speed a little so we've got some time to play around with the bow fighters. Lovely stuff. Let's get all of them on. There we go. I was thinking, I know it's a bit arcadey, but just dropping our bombs directly onto a ship from a very low altitude in the previous episode. We'll see how that goes. I'm also wondering how the choppy seas will affect our skip bombing. Let's see how that goes. Should be alright there. Yeah, we're bouncing. We're bouncing. Ah, bounced over. Bounced over. Alright, so let's turn around, keep sight of that, and we can just strafe it. We're not in any trouble here of being shot down because we do, of course, or the enemy, of course, does not have any anti-air weaponry, which is absolutely brilliant. So what we're going to do here is actually try and drop directly onto the ship here. And I think, we'll keep it like this. There's no need to be too meticulous about our formations here. I did consider going on a line ahead and go from the bow to stern there, but we should be okay there, I think. So let's line this up properly, shall we? Like that. Get all of our lightnings on command there, and just make sure we're going to drop on the manual target there, like that. Should be just about alright there. And there we go, easy as that. We are going to tell those planes to return to base and refuel, and that'd be great stuff before we start losing them. The eagle-eyed among you may notice that Guadalcanal is now technically ours. Brilliant stuff. So we just need to wait around for that, for the remaining resistance to be killed over there. And we will have far less enemy air power in this area. Our next target is, of course, the Florida Islands. I was rather stupid and forgot to load up troops and supplies on our invasion task force at the New Hebrides. So what I'm going to do is get them to load up stuff from Red Island and try and take that over there. We might even be able to get this task force over here and take some troops from Guadalcanal and put them on the Florida Islands. And that would be great stuff because we are just carrying supplies and such to upgrade Red Island over here. So I think that's how we're going to finish out this episode. I'll see you in a second. And that second is now. Let's unload all cargo. Like that. Lovely stuff. What does that place us at over here? A lovely, healthy amount of supplies and fuel over here. Let's upgrade the port once. And that's all we're going to have the supplies for, unfortunately. We are going to have to wait until we are resupplied. But that is only 2 days. And that's absolutely fine. We can just go over straight over to the New Hebrides and do a return trip there. And that would actually be perfectly timed so we can pick up the maximum amount of supplies and fuel because we will be resupplied by that time. But what I want to do in that time is, like I said, take, I think, the Macaulay can have a look at its cargo like that. And this, that's going to take all of the troops off of there, actually, isn't it? I don't want all of the troops to be taken off, if I'm perfectly honest. So I'm going to take the Arcturus. That's going to take some troops. And I think that will be fine there. We're going to get back to the Arcturus here. That's going to take some supplies. And that group can break off like that with the destroyer escorts and split like that. They can go over to the Florida Islands there. We bloody carry on like that. Lovely. Come on, mate. Come on, mate. Let's get in there. There we go. Bloody cursor. And the rest of this can go down to get the fuel off of the New Hebrides, and that would be great stuff. The main task force here was going to take some troops from Red Island, but we can just go in and, of course, cover this group that we just sent in, which would be great stuff. So, I think that's all we have time for today, ladies and gentlemen. The map looking very blue now. Very, very nice, of course. It will look even more blue when we get some planes in the sky to scout out. So, yeah, thank you very much for watching. That's all we have time for today, unfortunately. But we've done some really good goals here today, I think. Strategically, at least. So, yeah, again, thank you very much for watching. I have been the Edified Gamer, and I hope all your nights and days are auspicious. Goodbye.